Several members of the Dakota News Now family have been affected by cancer, including First Alert Chief Meteorologist Phil Schreck. He is joining us here today. Hey, Phil, good morning.
Hi there. Good morning. What a great day, huh?
Yes.
It's so awesome to see all these people in the blue sky and everything. So, yeah, just a great morning.
And this is an important day for you and your family.
Yeah, you know, I've been participating in this race for a long time. I mean, probably since the late 90s. I just thought it was a really good cause, you know, so I would run every year. And then it took a turn in 2007. And as a matter of fact, on this date in 2007, my wife was diagnosed with breast cancer.
Wow.
And it was a Friday. It was the Friday before the race. So it was weird that on Friday we found out that my wife had breast cancer. And then the next day I was running with her name on my back.
Yes.
It was so surreal. So it took a much different meaning for me. And then in 2019, I was diagnosed with prostate cancer. By the way, they're getting ready to start the race here. Let's watch them. Let's watch them go by. But yeah, I was diagnosed with cancer in 2019, prostate cancer, and thankfully, my wife and I are both survivors. So I just think this is a really important event because of the effects of our family.
And you know, you said it was surreal when your wife was diagnosed.
Yes.
It was surreal for us when you were diagnosed.
Yeah.
How does one come to terms with that diagnosis? What was your story?
I guess my first thought was, it's my turn. You know, I mean, it's just, why not? A lot of people say, why me? Well, I might use that, I think, as a platform to let other men afraid of getting that exam. Every time you go in for your physical, ask your doctor, if he hasn't already suggested it, to do the exam. And in fact, that happened to me. I mean, ever since I was 40 years old, which was 23 years ago, my doctor would give me the exam. And then that one year, 2019, he said, something feels a little different. I think you should go see a specialist. And sure enough, I went to the specialist, and there it was. There was cancer in there.
And you've taken part in this race in every stage. So pre-cancer,
yep,
when your wife was going through cancer, and now you are both survivors.
Yes.
How special is that for the last couple of years to be able to do that together as survivors?
It's amazing that for my kids, we have 5 kids, and I don't know how many kids can say, both my mom and dad have had cancer and they're still here.
Yep.
And that just tells you the importance of the early detection, because both myself and my wife, we were, proactive and make sure we had those exams when we were, reached a certain age. So that's the important thing is to get those early exams. And we were both caught early and we were able to be treated and now survivors.
Yep.
I tell you, we're running some video right now. You can see it right there of the time when you were undergoing your treatment and getting ready for cancer. It's hard to watch that video and not get a little choked up for our friend.
Yeah. Well, the thing about the medicine these days is I went in on January 9th, 2020. That morning I had cancer, and then 2.5 hours later at the procedure, I was cancer-free. So that's how fast the technology has come, at least with the prostate cancer treatment.
Phil, thank you for
You're welcome.
taking time out of your morning to stop by and talk with us.
Thank you guys for being here.
Yeah,
Yep,
absolutely.
yep.
All right.
We'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
All right, it's not just us out here, as we mentioned off the top of this program. We also have Eric Thorstensen and Mark Ovenden joining us on this Saturday morning. Let's go ahead and throw out to them. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, you guys.
Hey.
Wow, what an absolutely breathtakingly beautiful morning for this. We're glad to be part of it for sure.
Oh, yeah, and we're right here in Southeastern. We're going to see the runners come by. They come down this hill by us. Looks like the 10K guys are going to go one way, men and women, kids, all ages. 5K heading the other way. I'm looking forward to watching these guys come run by here.
6.2 miles for the long race, 3.1 miles for the short race.
Yeah, we talk about, and we just heard Brian talk about how, cancer has affected everybody in some way, whether it is a friend or a family member or yourself. And Mark, your story is similar to Phil's. You dealt with prostate cancer. Just talk about your journey and what happened, how you found out in your story.
Well, certainly cancer is a word that you never want to hear, and you always say, well, we all have people that it's affected in our lives. Little do we ever think it's going to be us. And I will admit, when I got the phone call from my urologist saying the tests are positive and you've got prostate cancer, it was a gut punch. It was like, oh my goodness. But I just decided it took me a little bit to process that for Went through about 5 or 6 weeks of just basically kind of doing my own research. I'm a professional reporter, and so I never went on the internet. I talked to a lot of people that had been through this, which was very helpful. It was very reassuring to me to be able to talk to others that had gone through this, and eventually just decided surgery was the best route to take. Just over a year ago, it was April 24th, 2023 is when I had my prostate removed, and the tests have all come back very well. My PSA level is 0, which is what you want it to be. But I would strongly encourage every single male out there, I'm going to say starting at age 40, get your PSA level checked, because you just don't know. And mine was not bad. In fact, my urologist even said, I'm not too worried about your PSA level. And I said, well, let's just get it checked out and make sure I'm okay.
You had no family history either.
No, my dad had colon cancer, and I've had 9 colonoscopies, and I recommend that too. Yeah. But the prostate, the thing is, you didn't feel bad. I don't know about Phil. I really had no. I had nothing to trigger curiosity on my part and make me think that maybe I had it, but I did. In fact, it turned out my tumor was 40% of my prostate, which was scary. My doctor came in afterwards, goes, "Oh, this is really cool. We didn't think it was that big." I'm like, thanks.
And you're doing well.
I'm
Just
doing
talk
great.
about what it's been like this last year and your recovery afterwards, and how things have gone since then.
The first 3-4 months you can't do much. You're limited to what you can do
golf,
physically.
Which
but
is hard for you not to golf.
Last summer, it was like, maybe I should put it off until the fall, and I didn't. I'm glad I didn't, because we found out the tumor was much larger than we had thought it would be. You've got to be your own advocate when it comes to your health. That's the thing I would tell you, is just make sure you're getting yourself checked out. Because I've got a friend that I was invited to go to a birthday party today down in Arizona. One of my best friends, he called me 3-4 weeks ago and said, I got some news here. I've got stage 4 throat cancer. Yeah. Like, oh my gosh.
Hits you.
I'm going to go down another day. But I said, it's really important that I be here. As a cancer survivor, just like Phil, just like so many people out there, really important for me to be here today and be part of this, and encourage you to give money. Because we're fighting against this horrible disease. Cancer is just a terrible, terrible thing. And most people aren't as lucky as I've been and Phil has been. We caught it early and we got rid of it. I had surgery, had it taken out of my body, and I'm pretty happy about that.
And all the money stays locally here. I mean, it used to be the Avera race against breast cancer. About 5 years ago, they included all cancers. And that's where it goes to. So give, you scan that QR code on your screen, and even if you're not out here today, you can contribute, and it helps. Everyone out there is dealing with cancer.
Yeah.